Okay, this is for all the listeners of the Grateful Blessed Mess podcast. I have an invitation to you, and I didn't know how to reach you other than adding another episode to my podcast. So apologies, there is no reflection in this one, but it is an invitation to find me on Patreon. I started the Grateful Blessed Mess Patreon community for anyone who is interested, wanting to start working with me to do the work of the interior life, to practically figure out, how do I get in touch with my beliefs? How do I slow my mind down long enough to know what I'm thinking? How can I tolerate sitting through an emotional experience? Or to even just have someone guide you through walking yourself through the consequences of your own thinking and the consequences of your actions for the purposes of making your life better, for the purposes of slowing down long enough to ask yourself, like, I wonder why I'm doing that again. I wonder why I went back to my substance of choice again. Or I wonder why I can't stop thinking about XYZ. Because I'm so convinced it's going to make my life better. It's going to take the edge off. Because once we can start to develop some compassion for ourselves, once we can even slow down long enough to realize what we're thinking, we have the gift of thinking about our thinking if we're able to stop long enough to notice. And our world is so fast-paced that often we need people to help us carve out the space, to help us create a moment, an online community, a whatever, accountability, knowing that friends or other people are there doing it too, and a guide to be like, do this. Sit for 60 seconds so that you can settle your mind and slow your heartbeat so that you can feel safe and start to notice what's going on in your interior life, your mind, the part of you that is aware of your experience of living. And so I want to see you there. I want to meet people there. I want to help people there, because I have been so helped and continue to be so helped by this work. I went through a certification program to be able to better help people do this work, and it was incredible. And now I want to just go out and teach people this same thing that I learned, so that they can have the freedom of self-reflection and the space to create the possibility for change, or to simply embrace a certain part of their heart that just needs to know it's seen, that it's heard, that it's loved, that it's welcome. So if this interests you at all, right now I am doing live coaching calls at noon Central Standard Time every other Tuesday, because Mama's got to work. So it's only every other Tuesday at 12 noon. If you join the community, it's $12 a month. I'm starting at just these 2 calls. I hope to add more and to do slightly other nuanced things. But this is where we're starting. And so I would love to see you there. If you have trouble figuring out, you can always contact me. You can find me on my website, CatholicMindsetCoaching.com. You can go directly to the Patreon website and look up Grateful Blessed Mess, and you'll find the community for the podcast there. You can email me through the contact page on the Grateful Blessed Mess blog or the Catholic Mindset Coaching contact me section. There are lots of resources and ways. And if you haven't yet, there is the Grateful Blessed Mess Facebook page where I shoot out notifications a lot. If you're not on my mailing list, it's a way to just kind of go on there and be like, oh, this is what's happening. And I'll send out reminders for the coaching calls and things like that. But I hope to meet people live and in person. It's different being the only one talking on a podcast. And so the whole reason for the podcast was to kind of put the word out there, and then to meet other like-minded people who want to learn this work and grow in this work. And yeah, I can't wait to see who the Lord places at my door. So I will send this along to you and hope to meet you down the road. God bless.